नमस्कार, आप सुन रहे हैं ये पुस्तक बक ब्लू पर।
Chapter 3 Persistence. There's a kinship among men who have sat by a dying fire and measured the worth of their life by it. Sir William Golding. In life, we often face victories and disastrous defeats sometimes, perhaps due to our miscalculations, inability to predict the outcome in a game of chance where God and men have conspired against you, and the inevitable happens. What would you do then? Fall flat and remain defeated? Or rave and rant and blame the whole world, and for how long? It is said that what is natural is good, and therefore go rave and rant and let off your steam. Cry. Lighten yourself and be empty to start afresh. Throw all the positive thinkers and advisors out of the window for the time being. Because when we are feeling down and low, it is necessary to first attend to our negative feelings, for they affect our emotions too. We need not suppress them and let them erode our inner peace and judgment. One has first to let go of all that has piled up inside us. Failure deters a person. It is better to admit it than to falsely put up a front. We are not scared to fail, but are more worried about what others would think of us if we do. Once negative feelings and old conditioning have been released, our intuitive and creative abilities are progressively given strength to grow through easy and enjoyable self-development. We begin to feel and realize who we are and understand what our deeper self really wants. We are freed from feeling trapped. Our thinking mind begins to access our higher knowing mind in achieving success. Anything in life needs constant perseverance. Have you seen a potter at work? His constant effort of shaping and reshaping the clay, and then ultimately baking it in the sun to harden the product to make it perfect. Often we give up on the repeated efforts because it is tiresome to do the same thing again and again. Recently had undergone a surgery where I had to learn to walk again, doing all the things that I had done earlier like a baby who has to learn everything to survive. I also started with a walker, a stick, and the simple PT exercises that I did in school because I could not stand on my own. Constantly repeated painful exercises made me walk again. It was awful in those days, but I knew if I had to walk again, this was the only way. Setha, this virtue of perseverance is the hallmark of all great achievers on this planet. If you wish success in life, make perseverance your bosom friend, experience your wise counselor, caution your elder brother, and hope your guardian genius. So said Joseph Addison. The biggest prison is made within our minds by our own regressive attitudes. We give up easily and begin comparing ourselves with others. Instead, we should surround ourselves with people ordinary who, and are inspired by life. They do more than they are in a constant more and state of hunger to learn more. Be different, do different, and then you shall be at the top of the world. It does not matter if we don't make it all the time. Actually, if we pursue various activities, the impact of the failure is less. Besides, we did what we did then with what we knew about how to do it. Now that we know better, we can do better. Life comes with its inevitable trials and tribulations. Do we always want a straitjacket life? To live only for results would be to sentence oneself to confinement of the mind, while the wide open oceans of learning, experience, and endeavor remained unexplored. My only sure reward is in my actions, and not from them. So what is persistence? A quote by Calvin Coolidge aptly sums up the quality of persistence. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan "Press on" has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. The definition of persistence is refusing to give up or let go. The word is derived from the word persist, which means to endure, to remain, to continue to last. Persistence is consistency, steadiness, and tenacity. Persistence is continuing even in adverse circumstances, failing, learning, and doing it again until one succeeds in the endeavor. Whenever you think of giving up, remember how children learn to walk by falling, getting up, falling, getting until finally step by step. They learn to walk on their own persistence. Understand persistence. Confirm. Most people are persistent in certain areas of their personality, which is fun to do and which they like to do repeatedly. But persistence is not about what we like to do, it is about accomplishment or goal achievement. I like to sing. Persist. I hate to get up early for a morning walk. Persist. Persistence is a thought pattern that transforms into a habit. Persistence can help us to achieve success, and we may even start to like our dislikes. So let us start now. Becoming persistent, become constant, or be consistent with exercising the discipline of consistency. Start your day with things to do, and do them, and start increasing the degree of difficulty. Your own discipline will give you more self-esteem and win over the respect of others. Use tenacity. Even in constant failure, doing it again and again ultimately results in success. Endurance. Failures are lessons towards victory. Endurance is strength, tolerance, and patience. So endure, persist, and win. Persistence will help in positive conditioning for achieving goals and finally living a successful life. Are you not getting an opportunity? Failed many times? Afraid to do it again? Persist. Decide what you want to accomplish and set goals. We all know how important it is to set goals for achieving success in any endeavor. So take some time to figure out what it is you want to achieve. Years ago, researchers surprisingly found that people who set clear, concise goals succeeded in achieving 95% of the time. Interestingly, it also emerged that they only achieved their goals if they refused to quit and continued to bounce back from difficulties along the way. Prepare for obstacles and setbacks. Know and accept that there will be obstacles and setbacks. Then prepare for them. Nothing important was ever accomplished without adversity, setbacks, and difficulties to contend with along the way. Henry Ford went bankrupt 3 times before he managed to design his first automobile. As we all know and are grateful for, he subsequently succeeded in becoming one of the richest men in the world. He said, "Failure is merely an opportunity to begin again more intelligently." Thomas Edison is said to have tried 10,000 times to create the light bulb before he succeeded. People who have persisted in spite of disabilities and obstacles. Ludwig van Beethoven, composer, pianist, became deaf at the age of 30 and composed most of his famous works after he lost his hearing. Helen Keller, author, was deaf and blind from the age of 19 months. She wrote 12 books, various articles, and was the first blind person to receive a Bachelor of Arts degree. John Milton, the famous poet, was blind when he wrote Paradise Lost. James Earl Jones, actor, known for his booming, resonant voice, was once a stutterer. Terry Fox, runner, was an amputee from cancer. One of the ways you can prepare for setbacks and obstacles is to anticipate potential problems and have a contingency plan. Also keep in mind that when we are overwhelmed with a problem or difficulty, we don't have time to develop the persistence necessary to deal with the particular obstacle or setback. However, if we plan in advance for life's inevitable ups and downs, we will be psychologically ready when they come upon us. Take the first step. You cannot persevere, much less succeed, if you never try to accomplish something. So many of us procrastinate due to fear of failure or are too frozen in our tracks to take the first step towards achievement. You will not fail if you don't try something. However, you will never succeed either. As the popular saying goes, the only real failure in life is the failure to try. Review, reevaluate, and revise. If things do not work out the way you hoped, then review the steps you took and the process you followed. Reevaluate by examining what went wrong and where. What didn't it work? What could you have done better? Did you have all the necessary skills and tools? Your findings will be most illuminating and, in turn, allow you to set up a better, more comprehensive approach for the next attempt. You will revise and improve the current strategy. Garner support and encouragement. Stay away from people who do not encourage. Instead, seek advice from those experienced in your field of endeavor and those who want you to succeed. They can assist you by making suggestions and recommendations based on their experience and expertise. You will still have to do the hard work, but there is nothing more encouraging than having positive inputs. Maintain focus. One of the obstacles to attaining success is losing motivation and focus. A good way to maintain focus is to visualize yourself accomplishing your goal no matter what it takes. Vividly see yourself accomplishing your goal. Keep your eye on the prize. Likewise, avoid getting caught up in negative or unproductive thinking such as, "This will never work. I can't do this." Instead, keep inspiring slogans handy, pictures of those who have persevered in life, and whatever else will motivate and boost your drive. In personality development, persistence is used to develop all our physical and psychological needs. It helps in positive conditioning in achieving goals and having a successful life. We need to reinforce the belief that till I succeed, I will persist. Enjoy! The greatest feelings of accomplishment derive from knowing you've done it. And now, a penny for your thoughts. 1. How can you become persistent? 2. What is the role of persistence in personality development? 3. List any 4 areas where you would like to be more persistent. How will you do it? And 4. How would being persistent benefit me? 5. What are satisfying answers to life's persistent questions? 6. Is persistence relevant for you? This depends on your age and requirements, so why is a big question you need to find out. 7. How long will it take to chalk out your path toward being resolute? 8. If you fail intermittently, then would you give up your resilience? 9. Do you possess enough mental strength to continue? 10. How will perseverance prepare you for the future? Also, how would you define resilience?
अभी आप सुन रहे थे ये पुस्तक बक ब्लू पर। आपको ये किताब कैसी लगी कमेंट में हमें जरूर बताएं। साथ ही स्क्रीन पर दिए गए सभी प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर हमको फॉलो करना ना भूलें। धन्यवाद।